Brock McConachy comes from some excellent baseball stock. His father is also a member of the Manitoba Baseball Hall of Fame. And Brock, I guess it's safe to say that you followed in your dad's footsteps, didn't you?
Well, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree sometimes.
Yeah, and in that case it did land, and there you are, eh?
That's right.
I think we want to start by suggesting that maybe a highlight in your baseball career was in the early years, whenever you were part of the Optimist Championship at the national level.
Yes, we had a real good ball club, as I recall, and we had a lot of thrilling games, and I was able to contribute at the level where we came out on the right side at some of the difficult games we had. So I felt pretty proud about my contribution on those clubs. Yeah.
How many teams were involved, and where were you in winning the Canadian Little League Championship?
There was 58, and the reason I know this is just recently I happened to read the article on it, and there was 58 teams entered in that tournament, and 12 all-star teams from their respective leagues. And we were fortunate enough to beat Morden in the final, and it was the first televised game on TV in Winnipeg for a Little League ball game.
And then you went on from there, of course, and continued your career. Who did you play for over the period of years after that?
Well, I've been real fortunate coming from the Isaac Brock Community Club area of Winnipeg. It always seemed to be a baseball hotbed. And I played on a city championship team in every age group I played in those years. And I started playing senior baseball for the Transcona tournament team when I was 16, and we played every weekend at a ball tournament somewhere. We had quite a tournament team. I think we lost one tournament in 3 years. And then I started playing senior baseball with the Transcona Atomics when I was 18, I believe. I believe it was 18.
Pretty young, pretty tender age to be playing senior ball, right?
Yeah, well, I was the youngest, I guess, on that team. Most of the guys were about 10 years older than me. But I got wet in a hurry and had a lot of experience playing against men before I was a man myself. So it was vital experience to go on and play with some of the other clubs I did after Transcona.
You also had the experience of playing at the Canada Summer Games. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, that was in Halifax and was real interesting. We stayed at the Shearwater Naval Base. That's where all the ball clubs played at. And I've been fortunate enough to play at a number of these Canadian championship tournaments over the years, and that one we never really played that well, and I think a lot of it had to do with staying in Shearwater, and we were really isolated from the rest of the festivities of the summer games at that time, and we lost. I think we lost more games at that time than we won, which was disappointing. But that's the nature of the game of baseball. You know, you win some, you lose some.
That's right. Dave, other than your father, or I guess I should put it the other way, Brock, when we're talking about your father being an influence on you, is there anybody else in your baseball days that you would like to single out as being most instrumental in your success?
I think I got a number of fellas that were on the Transcona Atomics who encouraged me to play with them and invited me to play with them when I was still pretty young, about 18. Terry Moore, Bob Hunter, and Cam Hurst are all members of the Manitoba Baseball Hall of Fame, and they're all about 10 years older than I was at that time. And they invited me to play. So I would have to say that having their
Their influence?
Their influence, I guess, is been real helpful, and Bob and Terry were two of the best pitchers that have ever played in Manitoba, and to have them say we'd like you to play with our club was a real vote of confidence, and gave me a lot of encouragement.
What does becoming a member of the Manitoba Baseball Hall of Fame mean to you?
Oh, it's I never ever dreamed that I would become a member of the Manitoba Baseball Hall of Fame, because I played my last game when I was 28. I was still in my prime. I never played competitive baseball after I was 28 years of age. I moved to Alberta and got involved in career type activities. I started playing racquetball and squash and golf, and never played competitive baseball, although I was still in my prime. I could have played a few more years. So I never ever thought that I would be inducted, but I have to say that one of the mainstays of the Manitoba Baseball Hall of Fame is Gladwin Scott, and he's been good enough to keep in touch with me for years and keep me updated, and if it wasn't for Gladwin, I'm sure I wouldn't have been inducted. So I owe Gladwin a big vote of thanks.
Brock McConachy, who follows his father Dave into the Manitoba Baseball Hall of Fame.